Empoli new leaders over in Serie A as they take full advantage of course, drop points for AC Milan and Internazionale. But will they still be there at the top of the table, of course, this weekend? We'll take a little look next. Giving our prediction video today. We look forward to match number 28 over in Serie A, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe to keep you bang up to date with all things Verona related, Serie A related, world football related. We got it all here, boys. Under one Ruski. That's right. Napoli could be, of course, on their way to become champions of Italy. Is that for the first ever time? Of course, I don't know, but of course, it is a long, long time since if they have ever been champions, of course. But of course, they've got a long way to go still. They're top of the table on goal difference, and it could all change this weekend with, of course, AC Milan Internazionale within touching distance. And of course, anyone could be top of the table coming at the end of it. I'll take a look at all of it in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They're the patrons, guys. Thank you for loving, of course, behind the scenes. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for your loving, of course. And if you're new, check it all out down below, patreon.com/Roverc. So here we go. Recap of the results that took place this past weekend. And looking forward to the next round of matches. Then here we go. Then AC Milan picked up a draw, just a draw against Udinese. That's at home as well. Drop points, you would say. Atalanta back to a comfortable win there. 4-0 win for them. They're actually in 5th spot at the moment, but game in hand to maybe leapfrog the likes of Juventus, who currently occupy 4th. Anyway, Genoa, do you know what I mean? Picked up a 0-0 draw against Internazionale. A clanger there as well for Internazionale. Of course, I think they're on a bit of a run right now where they haven't won in a few games. We'll look at it in a minute. Meanwhile, Empoli 3-2 loss. Juventus big winners there on that one. Torino picked up a loss as well against Cagliari at home, and of course, big win for them. Moving up the table as well. They're, of course, just out of the drop zone. Well done to them. Of course, Verona did beat Venezia in the battle of the V's. That's right. Of course, Venezia doing A-OK up to, Venezia doing okay. They're in the relegation zone, but Verona doing very, very well. Into 9th at the moment. Kicking on forward, Lazio. They lost at home to Napoli. Of course, big win for Napoli. Go top of the table. Lazio down to 7th. Meanwhile, Sassuolo picked up 2-1 over Fiorentina. Of course, Sassuolo, of course, in mid-table for them right now, 10th. Fiorentina up to 8th, of course. And Roma picked up a 1 and went on the road to maintain their outside push for Europe, of course. At the moment, they're within striking distance of actually not too far off of top 4. So come on, Mourinho, do me a favour. Do me an absolute favour and get yourselves boys over the line. Meanwhile, of course, at the bottom there, Salernitana and Bologna do have a 1-1 draw as well. Take a look at that. Of course, the table looks like this. I think, yes, it does. That's right. Napoli and AC Milan level on points, 57 points on the board. And of course, Internazionale breathing down the next. Haven't won 4 games right now, so of course, bit of a wobble. Perhaps Juventus are in 4th, of course, a bit of a way away for them to make a title push, but it is quite tight, really, over the grand scheme of things, and we just don't know where the title's going to go. Meanwhile, for the relegation race, of course, Salernitana look toast. So do Genoa at the moment, because Venezia, Cagliari, Spezia, and of course, my boys Sampdoria and Udinese is still in the thick of things for relegation, but it could all get a little bit good or a little bit bad in a minute, of course, as we get to the next games. These are the winners of the prediction league for this past week, and well done to Hans Worst. 7 points on the board. Well done, of course, Max Sangardi 2nd, and a whole host of them in 3rd in the tier there, brother. But what about the mini leaderboard then, shall we? Of course, take a bloody bow. Who's leading for the second half of the season? It's Costas K. Well, he's okay. 45 points on the board for him, so well done to Costas K. Kicking ass taking names for the second half of the season. But of course, we have rolled into the month of March, and of course, it is the announcement that you've all been waiting for, the predictor of the month for the month of February. The predictor of the month is the persons that accumulate the most points over the course of February, and of course, you can win multiple months, and there can be multiple winners. And of course, if you are lucky enough to win one of the months, you get to put your name in the Hall of Fame, and then of course, one of those guys will get selected at the end of the season to win a prize. Of course, who is the winner this past month? Well, it's 37. Well done to you, sir. Kicking ass to taking names. You, of course, joined the long list of folks there. Now they came with a double bubble in there. I think he's the only guy with double trouble at the moment, but of course, everyone else, quite a wide open race it is at the moment. But what about the grand old scheme of things then, shall we take a look at who is the monster leaderboard coming at you the whole season? It's not 100%, it's about 98% success, but it is deep at the great with 137 points on the board at the moment, but it is very, 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 very tight. All the way down to 9th spot. I think any one of those can realistically win it. And then you look at James BCFC, great Kevin, Russell Frost and all that in the chasing pack. They'll need a bit of they'll need snookers. Or maybe they've got double names in here and they might be able to accumulate some points. Of course, we'll revisit those when I get a bit more time on my hands. But But right here, right now, it is quite tight, airtight at the top of the table for deep out of the grate. But he's running away with it at the moment. Of course, if you want to get involved, it is a brand new month. To do so, just go here, cut the // Serie A, get in amongst it. Of course, we'll see you next time around there. So let's take a look at the next games to kick it all off this weekend. It will be Fiorentina against Hellas Verona. That match actually takes place on Sunday, March the 6th. Let's jump at the deep end on this one then, shall we? Now, these two sides have played each other 26 times since 1996. 14 wins for Fiorentina, 6 wins for Verona, and 6 draws, of course. Fiorentina, though, come into this 3 wins in the past 4 games, 58% form. Up against the Verona side, just lost once in the past 6, 75% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time around, though, at Fiorentina is a 1-1 draw back in December 2020. The reverse fixture, though, in Verona back in December was a 1-1 draw as well. The home side's only won once in the past 5 games between these two sides, and that was, of course, when Verona beat Fiorentina back in November 2019. Fiorentina coming into this on the back of a 2-1 loss against Sassuolo. Verona picking up a 3-1 win over Venezia. The odds on this one then, shall we? 11-10 on is your Fiorentina, 30-5 is your, and 40-5 is your away win. Of course, the bookies are back in the home team here, so am I. 2-1 win for Fiorentina to take it to the house. Kicking on forward is Roma. They're going to take on Atalanta. That's right. Now, these two sides, of course, play each other according to my eyes 46 times since 1993. 23 wins for Roma, 14 wins for Atalanta, and 9 draws. Of course, just 1 defeat in the past 6 games for Roma right now. Up against Atalanta side, who've just lost once in the past 4. Why for them as well? 58% form for them as well. Coming at you, though, last round in Roma, it was a 1-1 draw back in April 2021. The reverse fixture in Atalanta was a 4-1 win for Roma back in December. Roma coming to this on the back of a 1-0 win over Spezia. Of course, Atalanta with a 4-0 win over Sampdoria, and they also come into this on back-to-back clean sheets as well. The odds here for this one are Roma 31-20 for the victory, of course 25 is draw, and 70-10 is your Atalanta on this. Going to go with a win for my boy. That's right, that's Mourinho. 2-1 win for them to take to the house. Kicking off was Cagliari. That's right, taking on, of course, Lazio. That's on Saturday, March the 5th. Now, these two sides have played each other according to my eyes around about what are we looking at here? 47 times since 1983. 8 wins for Cagliari, 27 wins for Lazio, and 12 draws, of course. Just 1 defeat, though, in the past 6 games for Cagliari right now. 58% form up against Lazio side. Just 1 win in 6 for them. 33% form for them at the moment. Of course, kicking on forward last time around in Cagliari was a 2-0 win for Lazio. That's back in September 2020. The reverse fixture, though, was in Lazio as a 2-2 draw back in September this season. Of course, Lazio, they'll pick up a 2-1 loss against Napoli, of course. Cagliari, though, 2-1 winners over Torino last time around. The odds here for this one, we have 14-5 as host, 11-5 as draw, and of course, even Stevens is your Lazio on this one. I'm going to go back, of course, Sarri ball here with a 3-1 win for Lazio to take it to the house. Genoa, of course, heading into Empoli this weekend. That's on Sunday, of course, on the back of a good point. Playing each other, these two sides, 24 times since 1999. Genoa coming to this on the back of 42% form, unbeaten in the last 5. However, 5 draws in succession up against the Empoli side, of course, back-to-back defeats for them. 17% form for them over the last 6. Empoli haven't won in the last 11 games. Goodness gracious me. The last time they played each other, though, in Genoa was a 2-1 win for Genoa. That was back in August 2018. The reverse fixture, though, in Empoli was a 2-2 draw back in November. Empoli, of course, losing to Juventus last time around. Of course, Genoa with a 0-0 draw against Internazionale. The odds here, Genoa 31-20 for the victory, 11-5 is draw, and 15-8 is your away win. That's Empoli here. Quite tight, airtight. Is another draw? Yes, it is. That's, what's that, 5 and abouts? Goodness gracious me. Or maybe 6 and abouts even. Kicking off forward is Bologna up against Torino. Let's take a look at that one. Of course, also on Sunday, the 6th of March. That's right. Now, these two sides have played each other, according to my eyes, 27 times since 1999. 50 wins for Bologna, 10 wins for Torino, and 12 draws. Just 1 win to 6 over Bologna right now. 33% form up against the Torino side. Just 1 win to 6. Also, 33% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time around, though, in Bologna, it was a 1-1 draw back in April 2021. The reverse fixture in Torino, though, back in December was a 2-1 win for Torino. The away side's only won once at the last 6 occasions. That was, of course, when Bologna beat Torino in Torino way back, of course, March 2019. Bologna, though, coming into this on the back of a draw against Salernitana. And, of course, Torino did lose to Cagliari last time around, though. This one, odds on this, 8-5 is your Bologna, 9-4 is your draw, 70-10 is your away win. That is Torino. Going to go with the hosts here to get a point. 1-1 in the end. Torino will probably be the happier. Kicking off forward, it's Venezia, taking on Sassuolo, of course, on Sunday, March the 6th as well. Now, these two sides, of course, play each other 5 times, 2006, 2 wins apiece, and 1 draw, of course. Venezia just 1 win to 6 for them, 33% form. They're going down at the moment. Up against the Sassuolo side, of course, unbeaten in the last 3. In fact, back-to-back draws. Back-to-back wins heading into this one. Of course, last time around, over in Venezia, it was a 2-0 win for Venezia. That was in Lega Pro Prima Divisione Group A. Don't even know what that is. I think that must be like Serie C, maybe. That was back in September 2007. It was a 2-0 win for Venezia. That's the pleasure, though. This season, of course, was a 3-1 win for Sassuolo in Sassuolo back in October. Of course, Sassuolo did pick up a 2-1 win over Fiorentina. Of course, Venezia did lose to Verona last time around. The odds on this one, 9-4 is your Venezia on this one. 25 is your, and 65 is your away win. That is Sassuolo. We're going to go with the, of course, a win for the away team here. Sassuolo with the 1-0. Kicking off forward, Internazionale taking on Salernitana. Pretty much as third versus bottom, of course. Let's get into deep and take place on Friday, of course, the 4th of March. Now, these two sides have played each other, go to Myers 3 times since 1998. 2 wins for Internazionale, 1 for Salernitana, Fiorentina, and 0 draws. Internazionale without a win in 5 now, 42% form up against the Salernitana side, unbeaten in the last 4, of course, picking up 4 draws in succession. Last time around in Milan, it was a 2-1 win for Milan. That was back in, of course, November 1998. The reverse fixture, though, this season was a 5-0 win for Internazionale back in December. Milan, Internazionale coming to this on the back of a draw with Milan, back-to-back 0-0 draws. In fact, haven't scored in 4 games. Wow, wow, wee, wow. Meanwhile, of course, Salernitana did pick up a draw against Bologna last time around. The odds here, 7-1 on as your, of course, your host, 6-1 as your draw, 18-1 as your long shots for Salernitana. I'm going to go with a 3-0 win, back to scoring ways, back to winning ways, and of course a massive 3 points in the grand scheme of things. Kicking off what is Juventus. They're going to be taking on Spezia, of course, coming at you on Sunday, March the 6th as well. Played each other according to my eyes 5 times in 2007, 3 for Juventus, 1 for Spezia, and 1 draws, of course. So Juventus coming to this on the back of an unbeaten run of at least 6 games, picking up 3 wins and 3 draws, 75% form up against the Spezia side, who haven't won the last 4, of course, losing 3 on the bounce, 42% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time around, though, in Turin, it was a 3-0 win for Juventus. That was back in March 2021. The reverse fixture, though, was a 3-2 win for Juventus back in Spezia, back in September. Of course, Spezia with a 1-0 loss to Roma last time around, with Juventus coming into this on the back of a 3-2 win over Empoli. Odds on this were 4-1 is Juventus, of course. That's 4-1 on, 90-4 is your, and 10-1 is your long shots. That's, of course, Spezia. They're not going to win this, are they? 2-0 win for the hosts here. Juventus will take it to the house. Kicking off what is Napoli up against AC Milan. It's the zinger of the weekend. Chicken dinner, that's right. Napoli, of course, top of the table. Of course, AC Milan are in second. Of course, play each other level on points right now. 42 times since 1993. 14 wins for Napoli, 12 wins for Milan, and 16 draws, of course. Napoli, though, just 1 defeat in the past 6 games, 58% form. However, you flip that around a little bit. Just 1 win in 5 for them, 58% form for them at the moment. Meanwhile, Milan, though, coming to us on the back of 3 games without a win, 75% form. However, unbeaten in the last 7 games. Goodness gracious me. However, 3 of those were draws, and 3 of them in a row draws. Kicking off all last time played in Napoli, in Naples, was a 3-1 win for Milan. That was back in November 2020. The reverse fixture in Milan this season was a 1-0 win for Napoli. Of course, in fact, back-to-back wins for Napoli. In fact, the home side's only won once in the past 6 occasions here, and that was when Milan beat Napoli back in January 2019. It was in the Coppa Italia as well. Napoli pick up a 2-1 win over Lazio. Of course, AC Milan pick up a 0-0 draw in the Coppa Italia. Of course, just yesterday, 0-0 draw on that badger as well. Kicking on forward, then, the odds for this. We've got Napoli 23-20 for the victory, 9-4 is draw, and 12-5 is your away win. That is AC Milan. I'm back in the draw here, 2-2 in the end. It'll be as you are at the top of the table for me. Unless I think in fact it would be. I think if my maths is correct, it will be 3 teams level on points at the end of this match day. But anyway, kicking it forward to the final one. It's Udinese up against my boys Sampdoria. Lucky goals on Saturday the 5th of March. Now these 2 sides, of course, play each other 49 times in 1993. 12 was Udinese, 22 was for Sampdoria, and 15 draws. Of course, Udinese just 1 win in 6 for them, 42% form. Meanwhile, Sampdoria 1-2 lost 2 of the last 4, 33% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time around in Udinese, it was a 1-0 win for Sampdoria. In fact, Sampdoria unbeaten against Udinese at the last 6 occasions. Of course, picking up a draw last time around this season back in October in the reverse fixture. Of course, Sampdoria picking up a 4-0 loss against Atalanta, and of course Udinese with a 1-1 draw against AC Milan. The odds on this one then, shall we? 6-5 on is your hosts, 5-2 is your draw, and 7-2 is your away win. That's my boys, that's Sampdoria. Going to back them anyway with a 2-1 win on the road to take it to the house. That, of course, is my picks for the weekend. Of course, make sure you get your own picks in using the link cut/Serie A. And of course, hopefully we'll see you back around next time around with, of course, the first leaderboard of the month of March. Will it be you, top of the pops, or will it be me? Of course, we'll have a look at it whenever we come back. But until then, guys, thanks for watching. Smash your subscribe, smash the little bell. Don't miss a thing. Till then, I'll see you soon for the next one. Until then, smash your thumbs up. Until then, done.